2. And I'm live, coming at you. It's Sheryl, waking up with me. So good morning, everybody. This is a bit of a surprise. I'm going live this morning. I didn't tell anybody. It was sort of a secret, not really, but yeah. So I'm going to start this new thing called Waking Up with Sheryl. And I'm sure all of you are going to want to do it. And I'm sure Luna here. So there's Luna. She'll be waking up with us too, and probably Sheldon. He's over here laying down right now. See, Luna's already happy. So what is this? So this is Waking Up with Sheryl. It means, well, I don't know exactly what it means. It means you could be sitting there drinking coffee, having a couple of sips, and then watching me do crazy moves and stretch and do breathing or whatever. It also could mean you're actually doing some of these things with me. Now, I'm in my daughter's room, and I had done this before. It says create. I thought that was kind of cool. And then this cool new tapestry behind me with the water and flowing and stuff like that. So I thought that would be a really good energy to start with. So Body Creation Coaching, this is going up on my YouTube site. And again, this could mean stretching, some breathing, some movement, some tips, some tools, and I'm gonna have some fun with this. Well, we gotta have some fun with our bodies. We gotta move our bodies. So what does it mean this morning? Well, let's start with just taking some deep breaths in. So if you're, sitting down, maybe stand up, or you could stay seated, but make sure you lift your body. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about body mechanics, posture, and again, I'm gonna give you some tips and tools, and I wanna just have some fun and just wake up with me and have fun. I might have a little bit extra energy for you, so I'll throw it at you. So let's actually stand up. I have my yoga mat out right now. It doesn't mean we're gonna do yoga. It doesn't mean we're gonna do like aerobics. It just means we're gonna get into our body, move our body, and feel good and wake up with me. But it does mean that, we might do some yoga poses, or we might do some martial arts things. And, the sky is the limit. We can do whatever we would like. So, again, let's stand up. Let's bring our feet under our hips and make sure we have our knees soft. Now, just sort of a CYA here. Any program or anything you begin, make sure you consult your doctor before you begin them. Making sure that what you're going to be doing is okay and appropriate for whatever it is that's going on with your body. But most of the things we're going to be doing here is going to be simplistic moves and breathing, because, this just in, breathing is important and vital to life. All right, so knees here, knees soft. All right, making sure we can bend. We're not 10 men this morning or 10 women or whatever. And maybe you're just like jumping out of bed. Maybe you've been up for a while and you already took a run. Right, I've already taken my dogs out for a run. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna bring our feet, like I said, hip to shoulder distance. I call it ship distance. Get it? Shoulder, hip distance. Anyway, okay. And then I want to take our arms. This is a Tai Chi move that I've learned before. And just sort of move them around the body. You want to let your arms be relaxed. Let them move. And another thing is, this will be about maybe a 30-minute thing, 30, 40 minutes. It'll start maybe around 8:30-ish, give or take a couple of minutes. It won't be exact, but it'll be right around that time. So maybe 8:30 to 9 on Thursdays right now. And then it might shift a little bit, come closer towards the fall. All right, so just feeling the body. Good. And then I want you to stand up nice and tall again. I want you to draw your shoulders up into your ears. Well, maybe they're already there. And I want you to draw them down. Open that chest and then draw the chin back. So one of the things I like to talk about a lot is that posture. So you want those ears over your shoulders. So we want to constantly remind ourselves and our body to do that, so that we are not going to be doing this, right? And because that can, be not beneficial to our back and to other areas of our body. People say they have neck issues that come to see me all the time and for massage. And so I'm like, well, how's your posture? That's a big component. And then let's take a hand, one on the heart, and then one right around the belly button. So with body creation coaching, we are about working with our bodies and being in alignment with it and not dragging it around, not making it be a slave to us, whatever we want to do, which we do in a lot of times anyway. But this is about creating with it. So the first piece of this, after we get a little bit of, we're moving, we're feeling their body a little bit, is we want to just take a deep breath in through the nose, blow it out the mouth, get rid of all that little stale air that might be in the lungs or might be settled from the night. Do a couple more of those. Open the lungs, open the belly, and take your time with that exhale. Good. Excellent. And either out loud or in your mind, I just want you to have gratitude for your body. I want you to thank your body. Thank your body. Just thank you, body. And I just promise, body, that I'll do my best to listen to you today. I know I don't always listen to you, but I'm working towards listening to you a little bit more. So you see, with body creation coaching, this is about the body taking the lead a bit more than our head. Okay. Awesome. So let's go back to that little exercise we were doing, or experience. I like to call them experiences. We're experiencing it in our body. An exercise sometimes has this sort of negative connotation. We have to exercise. Wow. What if we could exercise, or we could just experience our body all day and just move how it would like. Good. And at some point we will do, in the morning, we'll do what I like to call a free flow. And basically what it's going to be is just going to be our body moving how it would like. Okay. So from here, let's bring our hands to our waist, and let's just pick the legs up, just the knees up. All right, open the hips up a little bit. Doesn't have to be super high. We're just opening the body. Good. Maybe a few little movements to the front, maybe to the side. All right. Good. Just noticing how the body is moving right now and how it's feeling, how it's sensing. Let's take our hips and do some hip rotation. So for that, you might want to bring your feet in a little bit closer. Again, you need to sort of be this judge of your body. Everyone's body is unique and it's different. So I will be that guide, that facilitator. However, you might find, well, I need to bring my feet in closer. I need to bring my feet in out a little bit more. So just be that judge. So bring our hands to the waist. We mean business. Let's do some hip rolls. Ooh, oh, that feels good. A little pop right there. Just roll it around. And breathe. So we go one way, let's go in the other direction. So I've done many years of martial arts, working out, boot camps, body pumps, self-defense classes, just a lot of body stuff. And the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. Well, kind of. But the more it brings me into actually what my body knows, and directs me in that way. All right. Whew. And you might need a couple more in that direction. I can feel it in my low back. Good. Let's take our hands, bring our feet in maybe a little bit closer. Take our hands to the knees, and then I want you to bend forward just a little bit. So what you're doing is just bring the knees a little forward and then straighten them. So we don't want to lock the knees out when we come back. We want to keep them soft. So we're just bending forward and bringing them back. Sort of lubricating the joint. That's all we're doing. We're getting some fluid in there. We're pushing things out, pushing things in, pushing things out. Nice. From here, I want you to bring your legs out a little bit. Oh man. And your feet, they can be pointed forward a little bit, but it's okay if they come out a little bit, like sort of like 45 degrees. If you have a mat that you're standing on, and you could just be on the carpet or the floor, it's fine. Then you could be pointed out that direction. You can be doing this with shoes too. That's quite okay. We're not going to do any high impact aerobics or anything like that. I don't see that in the foreseeable future. So what we're going to do is take our hands and we're going to just lean a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, and we're going to just take our hands down the thigh and over the knee. That's it. So waking up the Sheryl. So right now we're just going to be simplistic and ease, opening your body. Good, down to the knee. And then what we want to do is lean to one side, doesn't matter which one. I want you to take that thumb and that first finger, and I want you to just take and rub right around those kneecaps. As much pressure, obviously, as you can tolerate, and maybe it's a little sore at first, but sometimes when we massage an area that's a little sore, you might notice that that soreness begins to let up a little bit, and that's what we're looking for when I do massage as well. All right, other side. Are you still breathing? Are you still aware of your breath? Good. Nice. Go back and forth if you want again. All right, and next we're going to give our body a little massage. Oh. We're going to do some tapping. So bring your feet in. And what I want you to do is with your hands, you can keep your hands open if you like. You can do it with your fingertips. Or you can make like sort of a loose fist. So when I say a loose fist, just kind of curl your fingers in, and you would use the front parts of your fingers and just tap. Okay? Now the thumb, make sure you just keep that to the outside. So what we're gonna do is give ourselves a little massage. Now, one of the areas that you don't wanna like be tapping so hard, and I'll show you in a minute, is back here in the kidneys. The kidneys don't like to be whacked. You know, so we're just going to rub those areas. So just go ahead and take one hand and just, you know, into the chest. Whoa, we can do that. That's awesome. Little Tarzan. Ah! Little tapping here. That is an actual technique, by the way. Just saying. Good. Tap in the arm, chest again, and do a little pat to the belly, and then you can even make some circles, massage the belly. And how do we do that? We want to take our hands and go clockwise. So bring it to the right, up and over, and down again. So watching me, you want to do that opposite. So from this direction, I'm going to the right, over to the left, and then down, making those circles. It's great for digestion. That's good. Maybe you had a big belly. I mean, well, no, maybe you do have a big belly. It's all good. But maybe you had a big breakfast, and you know, you're just helping it digest. By the way, love your belly, whatever shape or size it is. It doesn't matter if it's large or tiny or somewhere in the middle. What we want to do here is we want to begin to just be kind of our bodies and love our bodies and not destroy them. And when I say destroy, I don't just mean by how we think about our bodies or what we're saying about our bodies. I'm also meaning how we use our bodies daily, physically. Yes, that's it. Good. We can even do a little massage in the hands. I don't know about you, but that just feels wonderful. You can do a little stretch. Bring your fingers in. Oh, a little stretch out. Palms out. Good. Opening up the fingers. Closing the fingers. Good. Coming back. Rubbing that kidney area. Good. Just spinning in circles, doing the hokey pokey, taking your fingers or your soft fist and going into the hip area. Oh, and into the glutes, your butt. This is a very not like people don't pay attention to their butts until like I start working on people's butts and I'm massaging them and they're like, oh my god, that feels so good. Well, yeah, because no one like really pays attention to their butt unless they don't really like their butt, and they might say something about that. But do you really like look at? Oh wow, it's an amazing muscle. It's the biggest muscle. Well, not longest, but the thickest muscle in the body. So when you fall down on it, got a little cushion there. A little cushion sometimes bigger cushion. I guess it depends. Our bodies are all different. So coming down the leg. Again, tapping behind those hamstrings here. Ooh. Waking up with Sheryl. And the thigh. Now come down into the calf. If you only have time in the morning to do this, wake up and do this. I mean, it's a great way to just, wake up the tissue and the going, hey, hello, body, it's time to wake up. And then the other leg. Like I said, I'm not sure if we're going to do this every time. It's just whatever sort of comes in my mind. Because some things that come in my mind can be a little crazy. So I'm not sure what we're going to be doing. We'll see. But it's just waking up with me. I would like you guys to wake up with me. Every morning. Well, I wake up with my beagles every morning. And that's super fun. Okay. Are you still breathing? I don't know. Okay. Good. Thigh. So this tap is not, it's a love tap, okay? It's not a koosh koosh beating the crap out of yourself. It's just waking up the tissue. This is again an actual technique. Good. And we're gonna get to the feet. We'll do that in a little bit. I want you to take your fingertips now, not those soft fists, and I want you to tap the chin area. Oh, look at the light. It's shining on me. And then the cheeks, underneath the nose. Maybe make little circles here, underneath. You ever get a facial? And they do little circles and stuff like that. Well, they're stimulating the blood flow in the brain here. So stimulate the blood flow in the brain. We can tap here. Nice easy taps. Does it sound hollow? I don't know. Good. You can also rub the ears if you want. I can't really rub those ears because I have my little headset in. Oh, Sheldon wants to get rubbed too. Hi, Sheldon. I'll show you Sheldon in a second. Come here, Sheldon. And you can love your doggy. This is Mr. Sheldon. Let's turn around, Sheldon. Whee! This is my Sheldon. Whee! I love Sheldon. Okay. He's like, what did I come over here for? Okay. Good. Oh, and if you have a partner with you and you're doing this, then you could even do a little supportment on like your upper back, because that's kind of hard to reach yourself. That's why I just did a shorter here. Okay, let's have a seat. I'm going to sit on my block here, and I want us to do our feetsies. Okay, so I'm going to use Sheldon here, and then just rub the feet. Thanks, Sheldon. Thanks for being my little, oh, he didn't want to be that anymore. So you can either bring the leg across, or even if you're just sitting on the floor, and the foot just, however, all I'm doing is just taking my thumbs, and I'm just massaging my foot. Ball of the foot, up by the toes. Oh, that's wonderful. So the feet contain all sort of amazing reflex points. And what are they? Reflex points are, reflexology is its own modality. And it is Eastern philosophy. And the idea or the theory, I mean, it's a theory, but for real. But behind it is that there are points associated with all parts of your body on the bottom of your feet. So for instance, and you can look up these charts, you can go on, internet. We have the whole world pretty much at our fingertips now. Go and find a foot reflexology chart. So the inner part right here, so the inner arch of your foot here, from your heel all the way up to that big toe here. So this is your back. So this is like your neck, your upper back, your middle, and then your lower back. Quick little story for you, because I love stories. My ex-sister-in-law now, years ago, she had kids, and after her second child, and go ahead, squeeze the toes out there. Yeah, squeeze the toes. And after her second child, what she did was she had all this back pain. She had an epidural. So I had just learned this reflexology class and these techniques, and I said, hey, can I try something? And she said, sure. So I took her feet. I'm gonna make sure you're doing both feet. And what I did was I massaged the area in which she was talking about that she was having pain. So it was around like her, like more towards her low back. So like, you know, sort of right in here. And I worked both feet, and I just kept hitting the points and worked all around it, and just taking my thumb and poking it in, and, you know, moving, just sort of walking up the feet and walking down. And, you know, I don't know, I just thought maybe we'd give it a whirl and we'd try it and see how it worked. Well, guess what? Amazing thing. The pain that she had in her back and it had been months, okay, months, maybe even a year. It was a while, okay. It completely went away. It completely dissipated. I was like, holy moly, wow, that's pretty incredible. There might be something to this foot reflexology thing. So I'm just letting you know that there is something to it. And maybe look up a chart, and if you have a point or an area in your body that's kind of bugging you, work it. My teacher who did this, she was talking about, I did like a day class, it was like a day seminar. She was telling me about how she had this back pain also, and she was on a very long trip, 2-3 hour drive in the car. Now, she wasn't the one driving, she was a passenger. And she realized what she wanted to do is like, well, you know what, I have time on my hands. I'm just gonna work my reflex points in my hands, because your hands also have reflex points. So go ahead and let's just massage the hands just a little bit too. All right, just a little bit. And she worked the point in her body, in her back, that related to her hands. So again, for your hands, your thumb down here, to sort of this little pad here, that outer edge is also your spine. So when you're working that, it's working your spine. It's sending energy back to those areas to go, hey, help this area. They've done scientific studies on reflexology, and they put like electrodes on people. One of them was, I remember, they put the electrodes on the kidneys, all right, to see if there's any activity. So the person was working on the reflex point on the bottom of the foot, that was the kidney point. And interestingly enough, because the left and the right foot, you know, left side, right side, when I was working the left foot, the left kidney point, there was a spike in activity. Change it to the other side, right side. Wow, fascinating stuff. So there you go. There's my tool and tip for the day. All right, so apparently my headset has went boop, and that's what I heard. So that's why it's just kind of hanging out right now. No big deal, no worries. This is just, like I said, the first sort of trial run of this. You know, we'll just see how it goes. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit better, you know, and your body's going, okay, now what? Now what do we want to do? So let's bring your feet out a little bit more, that hip distance, that shoulder hip distance, and inhale and exhale. So I want to show you something here that I learned in a martial arts class. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale here, and then we're going to come up on the balls of the feet, and then sort of give yourself a little hug. Oh, okay. Here. Breath in, open the chest. Exhale, lift up the heels. more. One more. Good. Take a breath in, bring it up. Then let's come all the way down to what we would call a fold in yoga. And if you have a block or some support, you can use that. So that's something else you can bring along. If you have blocks, you have a strap, may use them, may not use them. It just, it's going to be all sorts of fun. Now, if it is hard or difficult for you to bring your head below your heart, you can do something called monkey pose. Monkey pose is your fingertips here, your back is straight, your head and neck is in alignment, okay? And you have a nice stretch in the back of the legs, knees are soft, and you get that nice stretch. Now, if you can just do that fold, bring your body all the way down, let your head hang, and let your body be relaxed. And breathe. All right, let's slide those hands up the shins to what we call a halfway lift here. Breathe in as you do that. Exhale down and what we call reverse swan dive. Draw those arms out and up. Let's go to a mountain pose. How did that feel? Good. Wow. Let's bring our hands to our waist. Let's just do a little bit of opening in the neck area. Let's drop the chin down. Woo! Lift the head up. Now I'm going to talk to you about neck compression in the back of the neck. So I never do full circles with my head. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you something. I used to do martial arts for a long time, and we always, we would do these circles, and that never really bothered me, but it never felt really great either. I just went along with the class and was like, okay. Until recently, in the last few years, breathe in and exhale, let your chin down. I learned that by lifting that chin all the way back, like when you're doing those circles, what you're doing with the neck, you're compressing those vertebrae, compressing those discs. We're not opening and expanding, and I like to open and expand the body, not compress a lot. Some contraction and release, but mainly open. Breathe in and exhale. So how do we know whether or not we're compressing the neck or we're, like we're hurting ourselves or we're helping ourselves? How do we know that? Well, let me give you a little tip here. If you want to open up the front of the neck, then what you need to do is you need to be able to swallow. Okay, so I'm going to lift my chin up and about 45 degrees here. I'm keeping my mouth shut. I know that's kind of weird for me. And then I'm opening up these muscles here. Now, if I can still swallow, then it means those muscles are still active. If you bring your head, I'm not advising this, but if you want to try it, go ahead, far back, you can't swallow. It's really interesting. So there's a line there. So that gives you sort of a barometer, if you will, to go with. All right, look side to side. Ooh, notice where it's tight, where it's pulling. Good, and you can breathe in through the center, and when we turn all the way to one side, we're going to exhale. Nice. Nice, there we go. All right. And then a little side to side. Now for this one, we might want to bring our arms down next to our body to anchor those shoulders, because sometimes the shoulder goes, whoop, I'm going to go with you, and then we don't get that stretch like we would have liked to have gotten, right? Good, I hope you guys are having a little fun. I hope you're feeling good. This is about feeling good. So if an area of your body starts to not feel so good and you're like, oh, this is hurting, stop. All right, it's that simple. Just, stop. So, And we're just about finished here. Nothing crazy, like I said, pretty simple. And as this goes along, this Waking Up with Sheryl is going to evolve. And if you want, drop a comment for me of things that you'd like to see, like me to do. We can even do some boxing stuff. I don't care. We can get wild and crazy and just, you know, whatever. But I want us to have fun, move our bodies, and just wake up and start our day with a real, just positive flow, positive vibe, and a place where we can begin to like pay attention to what our body's saying to us. So starting our day being present in our body instead of just, all right, I get up, I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, I get my coffee, or maybe reverse that order, or whatever. And I do that too. But this is a great way to just begin to convene into your body and just listen to what it's saying and how it would like to move throughout the day. All right, so we can do some ankle rotations if you'd like. And you might find that you're like, wow, this was just like a tease. And now you want to do more. And you feel like, wow, I'm awake. Imagine that. Well, that's why it's Waking Up with Sheryl. Like, let's wake up. Let's wake our bodies. And this is not just about waking up. It's not just about waking up like in the morning. This is about waking up to the wisdom of what our bodies are going to show us. So let's have some fun. Hopefully this was at least a little bit entertaining. I don't know. And again, this is going to evolve and grow as I begin doing this, you know, probably like once a week. Most likely on Thursdays, I'm going to be live on Facebook. And I'm going to send emails out, information out, so you'll be able to find it and see it live if you'd like. And then it'll be up on YouTube and you'll have it forever. Wow. That's kind of cool, huh? Anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing day. And oh, the sun is bright. Yes, I love it. Enjoy creating with your body today. And I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.